know, they say, oh, the pain, everyone says the pain. It's like, there was no pain. I can't stress that enough. There was really no pain. It sounds crazy, but there wasn't at all. I'm Nadia and this is Olivia, and she was born at Kingston Hospital. Okay. We chose hypnobirthing, actually recommended by my sister who was having a baby at the same time as me. And she said it had been very calming for her, so we chose to go down that route. I have chronic fatigue syndrome, so for me my main concerns were having a long labour. I didn't want to become too exhausted, for me to get into difficulty, for the baby to struggle. These were my main fears, and I felt that hypnobirthing would be a way to go beyond that and hopefully have a positive, happy birth. Yeah, is that what you love? Is that what you love? Okay, so for me, I avoided watching programmes like One Born Every Minute because it makes good TV to make things dramatic and scary and traumatising, and you don't need to hear anything negative associated with birth, and that's what these programmes do. And you know, I'm glad that I didn't watch any of them because I didn't have any of it in my mind, and everything then for me could just be my own experience, not thinking this has happened, that has happened, oh it's going to feel this way or another way. You're just allowed to get on with it as you choose to and as your body wants to. We listened to the recordings every single day. When I would nap, it was the perfect time. I can't actually tell you exactly what is on the recordings to this day because I would often fall asleep, and it would make me feel very calm, very relaxed. I felt very peaceful. We had birth affirmations up all around the kitchen, in the house, so that wherever I was I could just glance across and see something positive and very reassuring. And we did the couples, the massage, which was really, really relaxing. What else did we do? Breathing as well. Sorry, the most important part, the breathing, yes. Breathing practice daily and with your partner as well, because that can be key when you're actually giving birth, for your partner to actually tell you remember to breathe, because that's so easily forgotten. We went for a meal at the pub on the Saturday night and I felt really calm, really serene, and because it's on the river it helped with, actually part of the hypnobirthing was envisioning the balloon going downstream, and I just remember feeling so at peace, thinking she's coming soon. I knew that it was going to happen, and I felt that everything had been organised. I'd been nesting like crazy anyway, and I just felt at peace. I felt more than ready for her to arrive, and then there she was, literally a day later. Okay, so when we arrived at the hospital, we were seen in triage, and they decided to monitor the baby because there was no movement, but I knew she was just asleep. I felt very sure of that. So I said, you know, perhaps I can try a cold drink and see if that will wake her up. So they were monitoring and they could see I was having the surges, and they said, you're having a surge, can you feel that? And I would just be like, well, yeah, but you know, obviously I wasn't reacting hugely, so they didn't think they were that strong. So they said, well, we'll probably send you home. And then I had this cold drink, so she said, okay, I'm going to check you. And I was 8 centimetres dilated, which was just amazing news, you know, to get to that point. I mean, I thought they were going to send me home and that we were still very early on, so to hear that was amazing. So then they quickly got me to the room where I was going to give birth. I was standing up, it was the only position I felt comfortable in. I had my arms around my husband's neck and he was supporting me, and things moved very quickly from there. I still had my hypnobirthing tape on in one ear, and I was in that position, and it was 9 AM, and by 9:14 she was there. It was that quick, you know. I still can't believe how amazing it was, and I think it was something like I had 4 or 5 surges and she was out. And it was very calm, and she was crying. You know, as soon as she came out, I knew she was well, and it was amazing. It was just amazing. So Dan actually saw Olivia first, and he said because she was crying, all he could see was this really pouty bottom lip. And I just kept saying, can you see her? Can you see her? Because of the position that I was in meant that he could see her first. And he was like, she's there, she's there. And then as soon as the cord was cut, they gave her straight to me to see her. And I mean, it was amazing. It was just to see this little person that I'd grown to know and love over the 9 months, you know, growing inside me, and then here she was at last.
The first thing I could hear was, as soon as she came out, she was crying. I just saw her little bottom lip crying, and it was just amazing to hear her and then see her. And yeah, you know, it's something I'll obviously never forget, and it was the most, you know, special day of my life.
You know, they say, oh, the pain, everyone says the pain. It's like, there was no pain. I can't stress that enough. There was really no pain. It sounds crazy, but there wasn't at all. So when I look back, I now realise that I was probably in labour for about 2 days. For me, I went into labour on early hours of the Sunday morning, and through the Saturday, I remember walking around the supermarket and pushing this trolley and stopping every now and again to just breathe and just actually doing the breathing without realising. And I was so busy that weekend getting things organised, and I was exhausted, but I was just doing lots of things and just breathing through it the whole time and thinking, is this happening now? And then through the Saturday night, I thought, gosh, could this be it, you know, because of my breathing? And I fell back asleep again, and then got through the whole of Sunday not really thinking anything of it. And obviously it was happening for about 2 days, I think. So it really is all about trusting your body and believing that it knows what to do, and that it's made for birth. And hypnobirthing really helps you to do that and to learn to trust your body. After the birth, that's when the work starts. Go.